That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans for some reason.
The She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law finale aired, and it's safe to say that reactions have been divisive. While Marvel and Disney may celebrate their efforts to challenge stereotypes and push boundaries, the reception from audiences tells a different story. Despite a strong legacy in the comics, the show struggled to connect with viewers, leaving many to ask, why did She-Hulk flop? 1. Unlikable protagonist. At the core of any story lies its main character, and the success of a series often hinges on whether the audience can connect with them. Unfortunately, She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law falters by presenting Jennifer Walters as a protagonist who feels more alienating than endearing. In the comics, She-Hulk is a beloved character known for her charm, intelligence, and unique ability to balance her human vulnerabilities with her superhuman powers. She is confident but approachable, fierce but fun. In contrast, the series portrays Jennifer as self-absorbed, dismissive, and arrogant. One of the most glaring examples is her early interactions with Bruce Banner. Rather than showing any curiosity or humility about her newfound powers, she immediately asserts that she can handle them better than Bruce ever could. Despite Bruce's years of experience as the Hulk and the trauma he endured losing friends, isolating himself from society, and grappling with the physical and emotional toll of his powers, Jennifer dismisses his struggles as irrelevant. This arrogance isn't counterbalanced with vulnerability or growth. While flawed protagonists can still be compelling when they embark on a journey of self-discovery, Jennifer remains stagnant throughout the series. Her superiority complex alienates viewers who expect a relatable or aspirational hero. By making Jennifer unapologetically dismissive of others' experiences, the show inadvertently strips her of the depth and relatability that She-Hulk fans loved in the comics. 2. Weak female characters. For a show that positions itself as a celebration of feminism and female empowerment, She-Hulk Attorney-at-Law misses a critical mark in its portrayal of women. Instead of offering a diverse cast of strong, multi-dimensional female characters, the series leans into outdated stereotypes that undermine its message. Jennifer's best friend, Nikki, is often reduced to a quirky sidekick with little depth. While their friendship has its moments, Nikki's primary role revolves around providing fashion advice and serving as comedic relief. Similarly, the wedding episode, an opportunity to explore female camaraderie, devolves into petty rivalries and superficial interactions. Instead of supporting the bride, Jennifer uses the event as an opportunity to show off and steal the spotlight, a decision that makes her character even less likable. The inclusion of moments like the Megan Thee Stallion cameo further exacerbates this issue. While the scene garnered attention, it felt disconnected from the narrative and added little value to the overall plot. Instead of focusing on developing meaningful relationships between its female characters, the show opts for surface-level interactions that fail to inspire or resonate with viewers. By prioritizing style over substance, the series misses an opportunity to celebrate the complexity and strength of women. 3. One-dimensional male characters. The series' portrayal of men is another glaring flaw that contributed to its failure. Instead of creating nuanced male characters, the show opts for exaggerated caricatures that serve as little more than punchlines. Consider the parade of men Jennifer encounters throughout the series. From the man who refers to women as it to the one who dismisses Jennifer's career, these characters are written as absurdly chauvinistic and cartoonishly shallow. While these portrayals may have been intended as satire, their lack of depth makes them feel more like lazy writing than meaningful commentary. Even the show's sole redeemable male character, Pug, is depicted as a harmless lapdog who lacks agency or complexity. The series also mishandles the inclusion of beloved MCU characters like Daredevil. While Daredevil's appearance was one of the show's few highlights, it felt more like a calculated attempt to appease fans than an organic integration into the narrative. The lack of balanced male representation not only alienates male viewers, but also weakens the show's overall storytelling. 4. Tone and messaging misfire. She-Hulk, attorney-at-law struggles to find a consistent tone, and this inconsistency is one of its most significant weaknesses. The show attempts to blend humor, social commentary, and superhero storytelling, but fails to strike a cohesive balance. At its core, the series adopts a sitcom-style format, with episodes focusing on Jennifer's personal life, career, and dating adventures. While this approach is a refreshing departure from the typical high-stakes drama of the MCU, it often feels aimless and disjointed. The humor, which is heavily reliant on meta-commentary and pop culture references, rarely lands. For example, the finale's decision to have Jennifer break the fourth wall and confront the manager of Marvel Studios feels more like a gimmick than a clever narrative device. Additionally, the show's attempts at social commentary often come across as preachy rather than thought-provoking. By focusing on lecturing the audience rather than engaging them, the series alienates viewers who are hoping for a fun and inspiring superhero story. 5. Audience disconnect. A major reason for She-Hulk, Attorney-at-Law's failure was its disconnect from the audience it was supposed to appeal to. The series often felt as though it was attacking its critics rather than engaging them, making it difficult for viewers to feel invested in the story. From the outset, the creators seemed to anticipate backlash, particularly from male audiences, and responded by incorporating those criticisms into the plot itself. The villains of the series, a group of male incels angered by the existence of She-Hulk, were an exaggerated caricature of online critics. While this might have been intended as a clever meta-commentary, it ended up alienating a significant portion of the fanbase. By treating all potential criticism as a reflection of misogyny, the show failed to differentiate between genuine feedback and bad faith trolling. This approach created an us versus them dynamic between the creators and the audience. Longtime fans of the MCU, many of whom had no issue with female superheroes like Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, or Captain Marvel, felt unfairly targeted by the narrative. Furthermore, women who had genuine criticisms about the show were often dismissed as having internalized misogyny, a reductive and patronizing response that further widened the gap between the creators and their viewers. The disconnect extended beyond the show's antagonistic relationship with its audience. She-Hulk often seemed unsure of who it was for. Its reliance on pop culture references and sitcom-style humor alienated fans expecting an MCU project with the action and stakes of other Marvel series. Conversely, casual viewers unfamiliar with the MCU might have struggled to understand the meta-narrative and references to Marvel lore. This identity crisis left the show feeling directionless, unable to connect meaningfully with any specific audience. 6. Lack of a compelling plot. One of the most glaring issues with She-Hulk was its lack of a strong, cohesive plot. Successful superhero stories, even those with comedic or lighthearted tones, typically have clear stakes, well-defined conflicts, and character arcs that drive the narrative forward. Unfortunately, She-Hulk failed to deliver on these fronts, resulting in a series that felt aimless and forgettable. The show's episodic structure focused heavily on Jennifer Walters' personal life, her dating mishaps, struggles at work, and mundane day-to-day activities. While these elements could have added depth and relatability to her character, they were presented without a unifying thread to tie them together. The absence of a central conflict made the series feel like a collection of loosely connected episodes rather than a cohesive story. Jennifer's decision to reject superheroism was a missed opportunity for meaningful character development. By dismissing the Avengers as billionaires and narcissists, she sets up an interesting philosophical stance that could have been explored throughout the series. What does it mean to be a hero in a world dominated by larger-than-life figures? How does someone reconcile their desire for a normal life with their newfound powers? These questions could have provided the foundation for a compelling narrative. Instead, they were brushed aside in favor of episodic gags and superficial conflicts. Even the show's finale, which broke the fourth wall in a dramatic and unexpected way, felt like a cop-out. While Jennifer's confrontation with the Kevin robot, a parody of Marvel Studios' head Kevin Feige, was meant to be clever and subversive, it came across as a shortcut to resolve the plot without addressing the story's deeper issues. By rewriting the ending on a whim, the series undermined any sense of stakes or payoff, leaving viewers unsatisfied. Without a compelling plot to anchor the series, She-Hulk struggled to maintain viewers' interest, resulting in declining viewership and mixed reviews. 7. Missed potential of She-Hulk's legacy. Perhaps the most disappointing aspect of She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, is how it squandered the rich legacy of its titular character. In the comics, She-Hulk is a trailblazing figure, a unique blend of superhero and lawyer, balancing her human vulnerabilities with her superhuman strength. She was one of Marvel's earliest feminist icons, celebrated for her intelligence, humor, and independence. The series, however, failed to capture what made She-Hulk special. Rather than showcasing Jennifer Walters as a fully realized character, the show reduced her to a mouthpiece for the writer's grievances. Her character lacked the depth, wit, and charm that defined her comic book counterpart. Instead of exploring her internal conflicts or her journey to embrace her dual identity as a lawyer and superhero, the show focused on trivial issues like her dating life and struggles with finding fashionable clothing. This reductionist approach not only failed to do justice to She-Hulk's legacy but also alienated longtime fans of the character. For decades, She-Hulk stood out as a unique and compelling figure in the Marvel Universe. She was known for breaking the fourth wall long before Deadpool made it popular, but her meta-commentary in the comics was always clever and engaging, enhancing the story rather than detracting from it. The series, in contrast, used fourth wall breaks as a crutch to avoid resolving its narrative shortcomings. Moreover, the series' portrayal of Jennifer as dismissive of superheroism undermined one of She-Hulk's most defining traits, her willingness to fight for justice in both her legal career and her superhero endeavors. By focusing on superficial conflicts and downplaying her heroism, the show failed to inspire viewers or showcase the qualities that made She-Hulk an iconic character in the first place. The missed potential of She-Hulk goes beyond just the character herself. The series had the opportunity to explore unique themes, such as the challenges of navigating power dynamics as a woman in a male-dominated field, or the tension between personal ambitions and societal expectations. Instead, it settled for shallow commentary and heavy-handed messaging, leaving both fans and critics disappointed. In failing to honor She-Hulk's legacy, the series not only let down longtime fans, but also missed an opportunity to introduce a new generation of viewers to one of Marvel's most iconic characters. By prioritizing social commentary over character development and storytelling, She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, squandered the chance to become a standout addition to the MCU. The result is a series that feels disconnected from its source material and fails to capture the magic that made She-Hulk a beloved figure in the Marvel Universe. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law had the potential to be a groundbreaking addition to the MCU. With its unique premise and a beloved comic book character, it could have bridged humor, feminism, and superhero storytelling. Instead, it succumbed to poor writing, unlikable characters, and a tone that alienated its audience. For Marvel, the takeaway is clear: respect the source material, balance humor with heart, and most importantly, create stories that inspire rather than lecture. Only then can they win back the trust of their fans. What did you think of She-Hulk? Share your thoughts below.